This is Slimcast, episode number 34, recorded May 24th, 2010. Lost without Lost. Alright, everybody, welcome to Slimcast number 34. This is our first Slimcast in 3 years. Our last Slimcast was on April 18th, 2007. So we've joined here tonight to talk about the series finale of Lost. And with me, hello, I'm Braden Hensey, your host, I guess. With me here in studio is my wife, Andrea.
Hi.
Hot.
We
You lost you guys. Sorry.
Well, who else is going?
I lost Liz. Unfortunately, I think I just lost Liz. Liz Mannering, and Sean also is out there. Who did we also lose him?
Oh, I'm here. I'm here.
Sean is there somewhere. I think we
I'm
watched the
here.
video.
I'm here. Hello.
And on just voice, we have Adam Klosterman and Paul Klosterman. Are you
No
guys
relation.
both there? They're both there. Okay, let's kick it off with you guys then, and I'll work to try to get the other guys back on. That just crashed. Awesome.
That's always a good thing to hear at the beginning of the show.
Well, you know, computers. What can you do? So, Adam, you got the questions in front of you? No. Let's just leave it at that. Lost series finale.
Yeah, I got him.
Do you like it?
I like the finale. It was better than I would have expected. I thought it was going to be kind of like how the Jimmy Kimmel special was. They showed the alternate ending where it was all just a dream. It was better than that.
That's how
Stupid
David
Bob.
Letterman wanted it to end.
What?
That's how David Letterman wanted it to end.
Well, who cares about David Letterman?
Well, just talk about Tonight shows. So
Eh,
what? Okay, so you liked it. What happened? What do you think happened for the end?
Okay, as far as I could tell, just from the whole bit in the church, as Jack was dying, or after he died, it showed that the flash sideways ended up being there after everyone has died. It's almost like purgatory. And then once they all got together and were able to move on at once after everyone died at different times. And I think the reason Ben didn't go into church because he wasn't ready to move on, or he still had stuff to do somewhere. Or he's going to hell and just wanted to see everyone one last time before he gets totally screwed.
Where do you think he had things or other things that he could have done? Is that in the alternate timeline?
I'm not really sure. I just see that in the whole area during his little flash sideways when he met Russo and the daughter again, I thought he was waiting for them, or I don't know. When it came to time travel, then I understood the theories, even though I didn't see 2/3 of season 5. But that makes sense. When it comes to death and the afterlife and all that stuff, I just got completely lost.
That's the name of the show.
That is the
I
name
did
of the
not
show.
mean... Yeah.
Well, why don't we kick it over then to you, Paul? Did you like it, and what do you think happened? Do you agree with Adam?
Rarely. I thought it was pretty good. It's about what I expected.
What do you think happened? Let's stick with the top of the Ben. Where do you think he's going?
Hopefully to be on The Amazing Race with John Locke.
That'd be good.
I would actually watch that show if they teamed up to be on it.
That'd be perfect. I
Also,
don't know where
get
Ben
Jack and Hurley.
went or is going.
All right, well, let's keep moving along here. Andrea,
Mhm.
did you like it? What do you think happened?
I did like it. I'm still not sure. I need more specific questions than that right now. So I think lots of things happen. I have too many possibilities in my head. But this thing I'm reading right now mentions that the writers said that it drew on themes from The Wizard of Oz and Narnia. And he points out how the ending really ties in with Wizard of Oz and Chronicles of Narnia, which is
This is
very
the Dark
interesting.
UFO website, which was I've been avoiding Dark UFO just for the fact that it's spoiler laden quite a bit. And we have Liz Mannering back online. Hi, Liz.
Hey,
Did you like it? And what do you think happened?
I absolutely loved it. Actually, the more I thought about it today, the more I loved it because I particularly loved in the past few episodes about how it just became less about things that have to work a certain way. It was like one of my favorite parts was when Ben Linus was like, he says to Hurley, well, that's the way Jacob ran things. You know, it was almost, you know, I love the fact that everything became about choices, and it became about, you know, just living your life and making choices instead of it having to be a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
One point that you reminded me of something. I kind of thought maybe the two timelines were, it doesn't matter which way things worked out with the bomb, they still would have found peace and been okay. And so I don't think that's necessarily what they were trying to portray, but that's a possibility or a way to look at it, maybe. Okay, I'm done.
Liz, anything else to add on to that note?
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking about I was thinking a lot about the Christian Shepherd speech at the end. You know, at first I thought it was pretty, you know, pretty kind of cliche way to wrap things up was to bring Christian Shepherd in to just, you know, make this big speech.
Acne.
But go on.
Acne? I don't know who said that. Who said that?
Oh,
I did.
Sean?
Yeah.
Sean's out there!
Sean would interrupt me, by the way.
Yes.
Well, Sean, I don't think I have your video, but I'm going to try to find it while we're talking here. Did you like it, and what do you think happened?
Sorry, Liz.
What?
What do you think happened?
Well, I think that when we all die at the same time and end up on a plane.
On a plane? Not in a church?
No.
Like
And then we just fly to LAX. I don't get that at all.
Not LA dash or space X
No.
as if it's a veritable?
Yeah, my biggest problem with the whole like purgatory thing is like people dying in purgatory. It didn't make any sense.
Maybe you failed at purgatory then.
What?
Maybe it's more like a game in the fact that if you die in purgatory, you go to hell.
Oh, he means the island being purgatory.
The island is purgatory? Okay.
No. Like the
No.
flash sideways.
The flash sideways is purgatory?
right.
Okay.
Yeah, like Kimi dying in purgatory, like what happened to him? Does he go to hell? Does he start purgatory over? What happens to those people who have died in this limbo place?
Did they really die?
Let's go around the horn and get Adam and Paul back in here. Do you think the alternate timeline was purgatory?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah,
Sure.
Sure.
I can see that.
I haven't really commented on my own thoughts here, but I don't.
Yeah, what do you think,
I
Britton?
don't think that's purgatory. I think
I don't know that it's purgatory because it was not a singular religious denomination or faith.
Just a waiting place. Can we call it
Yeah.
that? Okay.
To call
Isn't
it
that what
purgatory, I
purgatory
think, is
is,
a
a waiting
simplification
place?
of what they're trying to say.
What
There
would you
is no
think it's more
definition
like the
of purgatory,
ancient
really. That's
Greek
the
or
thing. I mean,
Roman version
everybody
of
has
Underworld?
their own definition of what they think that limbo or that or you know, it has so many different names. I mean, whether you call it purgatory or limbo or a waiting place or whatever, it's all the same thing. So, just so we establish that.
And what were you saying, Adam?
Well, isn't it possible that does Paul think it's more like the Greek version of the underworld, where it's just where everybody goes, no matter what, and this other place is something outside of that type of thinking?
Interesting point. I don't have a.
It could quite possibly be bad writing, but
The whole thing. Absolute crap.
Well, what about on the island where Michael said, I'm stuck. Did that made the island seem like it could be purgatory?